and he's immortal. So the episode starts off, with the legend. We follow the legend. He's working a job at the movie theater while going by as another name, a false name, as he's trying to lie low under Vought's radar. So yeah, so Homelander throws his acid. So yeah, and in the book, the legend, he lives in the basement of a comic book store, and yeah, so the boys go to him for information on soups, information on them, on the soups, and also he has, well, he knows the history of Vought too. He knows their history, and yeah, so the legend put together the stories of the soups, making them all sunshine and rainbows, to hide the true depraved you know behavior of how the soups really act. And yeah, so like the legend is like the Madeline Stillwell of the 60s and 70s, and yeah, so the boys then go to his retirement home, to look for this soup by the name of Golden Geisha. Supposedly she can get in contact with Bumside, but it turns out to be turns out that she has no contact with him. So then you know Homelander and Soldier Boy stumble upon, they come across this video of Homelander doing it with Stormfront, which turns out to be a failed attempt by Sage to turn them like both against each other. And yeah, so by the end of the episode, um uh you know Homelander shows up after Soldier Boy and Bombside are done fighting. And yeah, so Homelander shows up, and yeah, so he shows up, and Soldier Boy, ends up making a trade off. He makes Bombside human again by blasting him in exchange for the V1. And so then, you know, he then gives the V1 to Homelander, and so Homelander ends up becoming immortal. Thing is, like they can still take down Homelander if you know if Sage or someone manages to turn Soldier Boy against Homelander.